Alright guys, so today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start a brake line tuck for two main reasons. The first reason is because I bought an adjustable rear bias valve for the brakes. I also bought the brake booster delete kit from Hone Development. And the other reason is because I just redone all my fuel line. I need place to put my big fuel filter that I bought. It's a fuel lab. So I want to remove all this stuff right there. So I'm gonna start by inserting the clip from me redoing all the fuel line, and we're gonna jump right back into the brake tuck. So enjoy.
Check. Yo, 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 check. Look, look, look. Tickety check it, brought the soul back to the home team. Motown, I can't just see my team is supreme. Diana, welcome to the solar system of the forces. You running in a circle, we just chewing on your orbit.
Forfeit, forget over. Heimlich maneuver. Me and my niggas are
Oh,
making
yeah,
cut
bon,
like
that's
we
it.
you
Sounds
how
good.
you boost a
Même les
future.
OEM.
Brighter than whatever you could imagine.
Qu'est-ce que
Imagine
c'est bon
the forces
ensemble?
with you. Running the red like arachnids. Tarantula, say legged, gargantuous animal. Cause the maximum damage from a tongue and an animal.
While we be focused on our salary lettuce and bring the croutons, I'm trying to have a dollar bill salad right on Obama's lawn. Let you be the pawn with my niggas playing hooky while my paper double triple like LeBron as a rookie.
I'm feeling better than the veterans. I use the booth as my pulpit. I'm a reverend. On the road where you can find us, not gassed up. The shit is $4, so we avoid pumps. We serving rappers like they ordered it. Till we post on blogs, post up and loiter in. The story ends where ours begins, and I flip the page. In the park shooting jumpers while others was flipping yay. No Cartiers, couple of J's and reading comics. Couldn't label me a nerd with slam bitches in the closet. Awesome, left the city early, they forgot him. Now I come from two worlds, but the city know I got him. Went from smelling crack smoker that busted house to our neighbors. They're really seeing black folk, the only nigga turning their papers.
Cause it's a new era, no American apparel, no Lucifer in my levels, eradicating these devils from out of my airspace. Take a hit,
See space.
take a listen, did I mention we the new free base?
Get laced.
Spin around,
Listen, nigga.
look straight, this is lyrical hypnosis. Toting this 45 and sagging cause of the host, the world's weight up on my shoulder, nuts is about as big as boulders.
They dropping like roller coasters. You bagging up at the Kroger, trying to meet a fucking quota. Give it up, my nigga, it's over. Get it knocking like Jehovah. Who colder? My shit is cryogenic. I'm locked in the clinic. Woo whipping, come get me and make sure all these niggas is finished.
Yes sir, let's get into it. It's only right I get it in. Your gal mind open like she took the pill for limitless. Taught to reach for the stars when we was little kids. Now it's smoke clouds cause the sky is what the limit is.
Now let it thump, 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 thump. In the trunk,
Just show the world we riders who won't take it. Just light it up. Say what? Man, fucking hate it. Don't get no better. No better. It don't get no better. No better. It don't get no better. Hey. Be a memory with the pen. I'm a blessing trying to steal my secret good book. Call that shit inception. My conception was immaculate. So this is Raptor Reynolds. Know you mad cause they listen and you can't afford a rental. Face this sour as a
Bread, the only thing that's on the menu. The blind lead the blind. Open up your windows. Take a breath of fresh air that we can give you in this game. We just niggas trying to blow. We on Nintendo.
Parental advisory advising me is simple. Just keep me 100 miles away from an instrumental. My influential flows get my mind on her pantyhose. Grandiose, spit it till cameo is a cameo.
Alright, so I just passed the main feed under the intake right there. It goes here, goes in the middle of the intake right there, goes in the 180 fitting, goes to the rail, and goes back to the fuel regulator right there, then goes to the return line of the car. So all I'm missing is the fuel filter, then the fitting that goes from the main hard fuel line to the filter, and this hose gonna be to the outlet of the fuel filter. So I'm waiting on these parts.
no better. It don't get no better. No better. It don't get no better. No better. It don't get no better. No better.
It goes winter, fall, spring, summer. Let's show the Take from us. E-Fave, keep doing that shit. J-Rock, keep doing that shit.
C'est toc.
C'est hot. En crise. Pas le choix de rouler.
Non.
Fitment gang. Alright, so I just did a hole, 3/8 hole, to fit this fitting right there, and in there in the firewall, so I can run my line right there and be tucked under the dash. So I'm gonna do one hole for the front brake and one hole for the rear brake, and pass it under the dash. It's gonna be hard to film under the dash, so I'm gonna show you when I'll be done. All right, so you can see the fitting right there through the dash, through the firewall. I'm gonna put a nut in there and just tied it with a 15mm box. So I'll show you after I'm done. All right, so I just put both of the two first fitting in the firewall. So I'm gonna have to start. I got my pipe here. I got a bending tool and everything. So I'm gonna start to run some line to do the brake line. Okay, so right now I'm gonna concentrate on the rear bias valve. I got this Woolwood real adjustable bias valve, and it doesn't come with the flare nut. I just bought those on the parts store. Some 3/16 tube 10mm flare, about two. So there's a in and an out, so make sure you get out of the master cylinder and get in the in port, then out goes to the rear brake line. So right now I'm gonna have to figure where I'm gonna mount this in the car. So that's where I'm at right now. All right, so I found the place that I want the bias valve. I'm gonna put it right there. Right now it's holding with tape and tie wraps. I'm gonna have to build a bracket and bolt it under the dash. First, I'm gonna do the line first, and after I'm gonna do the bracket. So I just taped it temporary right now like this, so I can measure the line that I need and keep on doing the tuck. All right, guys. So what I did is I took a ground wire. I ran it from this fitting under the dash to the location of the bias valve. So I ran it in a way so it just gave me an idea of the length that I need. I'm just gonna add like an inch of that. So it's better to have too much than to be too short. So I'm gonna re-stretch the cup wire, so I'm gonna have the exact length that I need for the first brake line. There you go. So I got my first line. I know it's the right length. So all I have to do right now is bend it the right way. That's the biggest job to do. So let's do this. All right, so I got one bend and one flare done. So now I'm gonna use my thing here. So I got a 90 here. I'm gonna have to bend right there. Oh, bend right there. And bend. So I got this line like this. Now I have to do another bend here. All right. I have this, this, and this. I have these bends. I know this one was at 45 degree. All right, 45 degree. So I'm gonna give it a little more. It was a little more than 45 degree. You can always bend more, but you can never unbend it, so be careful. We're gonna give it a little bit more. Just like this. Gotta bend it right there. Right there like this. You see, maybe just a little twist. This. Almost bend it the wrong way. All right. All right, for the last flare, this fitting is a little different from the wire tuck kit flare nut. This is more conventional flare nut that you found on the usual Honda stuff. So it's the same principle for the flare though. It's just a different flare nut. So don't forget to put it first. And then we're gonna do again the flare. All right. All right, so the line is connected, it's tighted. As you see, the valve is hanging only by the brake line. So first step is done. Pretty happy with the result, but it's not over. It's just getting started. So next up, we're gonna do the line that goes from the valve to the rear brakes. All right, so I just installed the two fittings for the rear brake. Just press with a hole, the same thing I did the other side right there. So I can meet the two rear brake line, or these ones, so I can cut it, then flare them, then tap it to the fittings. So it's going to be just easy to meet the line right there. All right, so I guess these T fittings, they all three-way flare. Now I'm gonna get out of the valve, then tapping into a T, and get tapping into the T, get out of the T and into the rear brake lines. So I'm gonna mount this somewhere here. So I can go out of the valve in the T, then split it into the line in the engine bay. All right, so this piece is the bend that I need to do from the valve right there to the T. I just bolt the T. You see the bolt right there? That's the T that's bolted behind it. I'm trying to show you. You can see, but so that's gonna be the line right there. So I got my 2 bends to do. Then the 2 flares. I'm gonna do it right now. All right, so I just made my line with the 2 flare. I'm gonna install it right there. Then I'm gonna have to do the 2 last line from the T to the firewall. All right, guys, I just fitted all the lines. So you got a line coming in the valve, then coming out. Then this line goes to, so this line goes to the T right there. I just unbolted, but it's gonna be fixed. Then you got 2 lines going to, they're going to the 2 fittings right there on the firewall. Then those 2 lines, you get out there, and you got the two rear brake line right there. These ones, just gonna have to no, I'm sorry, these one gonna have to bend it and flare it. So I just have to bolt it in the fittings. So the rear line under the dash are done. I'm gonna stop right here for today, and tomorrow I'm gonna come back and do the front brake lines, and should be done tomorrow. I hope. Gonna have to do some brackets to hold the valve, the bias valve. Shouldn't be too difficult. So yeah, see you tomorrow. All right, so I just done the fitting that goes from the under the dash to the wheel pit. Added this one on the left side, and this one on the right side. So now I'm gonna have to do the line under the dash. All right, guys, so right now I am doing the last line in the pit well that goes from this fitting to the caliper hose. I did all the line under the dash. I didn't film it because it's the same thing that the rear. There's the 3-way for the front brake, one that goes in the right wheel, and the other one goes to the other side of the dash to the left wheel. Right now I'm doing this line. I just bought a new flaring tool. It's way better. All right, guys, so I just finished the line from for the front brake. This fitting goes from under the dash to the front line here. It's the same the other side. All the line under the dash are pretty much done. I still need to do a bracket for the adjustable valve. All I have to do left for the brakes, I got my booster brake delete. I gotta go get that and change that. Then run the line from the booster to the fittings right there. All the line under the dash are done to the wheels. And the 2 last line I'm gonna have to do is these one. I'm gonna fix the 2 lines that goes from under the dash to the rear wheels. And that's pretty much it. So that's gonna be it for this video. Stay tuned, I got a lot of other stuff to do. And yeah, see you next time.